Are we live? It's taking about 30 seconds. I think it's got to do a little bit with my internet today.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's, yeah, there we go.
It's live learning.
Yay! Hi, everybody. Yet another Sunday. Are you guys excited to be here with us? Yeah, this is what, our fourth Sunday now, our fifth Sunday that we're doing this. I guess it's the fourth or the fifth.
Fourth Sunday.
It is fourth, right? Yeah, so it's gonna be about a month that we started it. I am so excited to be here today because I'm doing the training and China is supporting me, so I'm all excited. Are you as excited as I am?
Yes.
We're going to be learning something new today, something very different. And personally, I am doing this topic in training after many, many, many years. So I am very, very excited about it. So let's see, what are we going to do? So how about we go back and we just think, what did we do when we started? I'm not sure if all of you were here when we started with the first day. Does anyone remember? Anyone saw it on YouTube? Yes, Sushil, please go ahead.
Yeah, though I'm not on YouTube, still. We started with ethos, pathos, and logos. Yeah.
That was session 2. Yes.
And then we started with the storytelling part, the communication. And then the last, I think, we're talking about using simple language in the communication. Simplicity in the communication.
Yes, that's absolutely true. So I'll go back and I'll try to remind you a little bit about what we did on day one. Day one, we introduced you to our entire training team that's going to be doing this particular series. We got you to meet up with all the trainers, and the trainers then went ahead and did certain activities on that particular day. That was day one. The second Sunday, Sushil, you're absolutely right. We did
did I miss the first one? Okay.
Yes, the first one was where we introduced the entire team. Okay. And then we did what we say, the ethos, pathos, and logos topic, where we learned about how communication is an influence of feelings and emotions, and how does that come into communication skills. And then the third one that we did was, what was the third one, China? What was the third one that we did?
Ibana.
No.
Sorry?
Storytelling?
No, that's
no.
Ah, that's true. That was storytelling. Yeah. That was storytelling. That's when Ganesh came and he ran all of these beautiful stories that we got to learn. And we also got to learn how in communication skills, storytelling is really, really important. So yes, that was the third session that we did. And then we had Ivan, who came last week, and she spoke about speaking skills and how we should improve our speaking skills. And so what do you think we have today? What do you think we're going to be doing today? I have to tell you, we have more than 150 different variety of topics that we've prepared for communication series. We plan to cover pretty much all the topics during every Sunday that we spend time with you. So yeah, I mean, about 150 topics. That is what we have right now. But if you guys keep giving us your feedback, if you guys keep telling us what more you would like to learn, we will keep adding it into our list, and we will continue the series so that it helps everybody to learn, right, with us. So what do you think we have in the topic today? What are we going to do today? Any guesses? Does anyone want to take a guess? What are we going to do today? Any guess? Any guess?
I think the simplest, Lavina, I think it's the simplest of all, right?
Yeah, it is this, and we do it every day. Guess what? This particular topic, we do it every single day.
Using humor?
Sorry?
Using humor in communication? No,
not everybody uses.
Then kissing versus killing?
Sorry?
Kissing versus killing?
No. But that's a lovely
then out
topic.
of hand.
Lavina, actually, we start our day by doing it.
Yeah, we
self-introduction.
No.
And out of 150 is difficult to choose from.
This is so interesting. So today, guys, I have this really, really interesting topic for you. I'm going to tell you about it really, really shortly. But may I please request everybody on Zoom right now, guys, please put your cameras on. Our lovely audience on YouTube would love to see you. It'll be great to interact with you. I'm looking for responses. I'm looking for participation. And so it'll be great if everybody who's attending the session puts their camera on and participates with us, right? So how about I start the day, yeah? Let me quickly share my screen. And while I'm doing that, may I please request Iban and China to take over YouTube, because I'm not going to be able to respond there, but you will be able to do it. So it'll be great if you could help me out today with YouTube. Okay, and this decides not to work with me.
Oh, reading.
Yes, that's right. Now that you've been able to see my screen, you're right. Today, we're gonna be learning reading skills, yeah? And my co-trainer for the day is to be Shaina. We're gonna be learning how can we improve our reading skills. Now, do you think reading is important? If you think reading is important, why don't you put it on the chat for me, or come online and tell me, what exactly do you read every day? What are the different things that you read every day? Can we put it on the chat? Things that you read every single day. You can put it on the YouTube chat. Yeah, YouTube audience, you can use the YouTube chat. And for everybody else who's here, you can tell me, or you could also put it on the chat. I'm okay with whatever you choose.
So, hi Lavina, good morning.
Hi Kunal, so awesome to see you.
And welcome everyone on YouTube. So every day, Lavina, we come across like in the first thing in the morning is like reading the newspaper.
Very good. Kunal, one person, one thing.
One.
So Kunal says, I read the newspaper every day. Fabulous, Kunal. Fantastic. Great. How about somebody else tell me, what do you read in a day? Anything that you read. Come on, there are so many things. Preeti, why don't you tell me anything that you read? Anything.
WhatsApp chats, ma'am.
Very good. You read WhatsApp chats. Absolutely right. Thank you, Preeti. Yes, Sushil, you want to tell us one thing that you read? You're on mute.
I'm into training, so I have to read the FGs every day.
You have to read the facilitator guides every day.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Very good. So you read books. Let's call it books, yeah? So that our YouTube audience is also able to connect with us. So you read books. We got some.
Ashutosh says he reads newspaper, books, novels.
Very good. Very good. Abhinesh,
Thank
are you on the chat? Abhinesh says, I read Instagram comments. Ananda says, I read Google Chrome News. Very good, Ananda. This is so unique. Good. What else? What else? Ashwani, are you on the training? Would you want to tell us what do you read every day? Have you got any other responses from YouTube? What do you read? Tell me one thing that you read.
WhatsApp messages on YouTube.
Yeah, WhatsApp messages. That's right. That's right. How about does anyone here and anyone on YouTube ever read emails? Oh yeah. Oh yes, I read emails every day. So that's the most common thing. Okay, but we don't understand. We didn't realize that emails are something that we read every day, right? Okay, let me ask you another one that we don't realize. Okay, so you're traveling, you're on your bike or you're in your car, and then you're traveling and you're going on the road. And then on the right, you see this really nice picture of Aishwarya Rai with L'Oreal, and there's an ad that says something, even while passing. Do you read that billboard? Do you read it?
Yes, Lavina.
You do read it. Okay, how about we go, keep going. And then you have this urgent need to buy toothpaste because you ran out of toothpaste. So you stop at what do you stop at? What do you stop at?
Grocery store.
Grocery store. So you stop at a grocery store. How did you know that it was a grocery store?
because
Read the board.
while walking, we have to be reading.
It says supermarket. You just read the board. You read that this is a medical store, this is a supermarket. What are you doing all the time?
Reading.
Reading.
That's right. So today's day is dedicated to reading. Interesting? Yeah, interesting. Okay, so then let's see, how do we read? Okay, how do we read? Now, what I have here is a very nice, small, super simple picture that tells you what is reading all about. Reading is about two things. You either read quickly, quick, watch, understood, or you do careful reading. When do you do quick reading and when do you do careful reading? Would anyone want to take a guess? How about we have, oh, I see Abhinesh and Ashwani Kangane on the training. Guys, could you please put your cameras on? So who would like to tell me what is quick reading, what is careful reading? Kunal, you want to take a guess?
So quick reading is, Lavina, we just read the short-term lines, and the careful reading is we set a target. So like example, you gave an example of toothpaste. So I know toothpaste is my target.
Yeah.
But reaching at the grocery store is the careful reading.
Yeah, very good. That's true. Now, but in that also, Kunal, there are two ways. Quick reading is you're looking for the word grocery or looking for the word supermarket. But which supermarket, you may not remember. That you may remember only if you do careful reading. Srinath Supermarket. Okay, so then I know the name of the supermarket. That is careful reading. But I'm going to the supermarket, not knowing the name of the supermarket, right? That is quick reading. With me, everybody? Yeah. So when we go through emails, or let's say when we're reading our policies and SOPs and processes, etc. in office, what should we be doing? Quick reading or careful reading?
You should be doing careful reading because it's a operating procedure for an organization which everyone needs to be followed.
Very good. So for the processes, that stands true. Very good. So for the processes that you're reading, it should be careful reading, thorough reading, right? How about quick reading, Kunal? When would you use quick reading when you're at work? When?
So quick reading can be, Lavina, it can be some email, or like there is some important meeting and agenda which we need to prepare and we need to follow up. Lavina, you're on mute, I guess.
I know. My maid decided to put the mixer on exactly when I was in training. This is so common in work from home. I can't even begin to tell you. Can you hear her? She's making some really yummy chicken curry and she's quickly skimmed through a recipe and she's trying that out. Yeah. So we gave her a recipe. We said, this is what we want to go with and this is what we want you to make. Now what she did was she just quickly read, okay, this is it. I have to put all of this and now I'm going to make my chicken curry. God knows what's going to happen at the end. I do
That's
hope.
quick reading.
That's quick reading. Absolutely right. That's quick reading.
But Lavina, one thing is sure, the chicken is no more. What is going to happen is...
Yes, the chicken's no more. Correct. So, so absolutely right. So look, if you are in two in an email, then how do you read? If you're marked in two in an email, then how should you read? Quick reading, careful reading. What do you think?
It is quick reading, Lavina, because no, it is careful reading because it has been marked to us and we should be responsible for replying to that.
Very good. Very good. Yes.
Lavina, as far as email is concerned, it should be a careful reading, but it should facilitate quick reading also by using some mitigation.
Right. It should have the key points, and so it should facilitate quick reading. Completely agree. So here my question is, and I now see Ashwani and Abhinesh also cameras live. Thank you so much. So how about y'all tell me, if you're marked in a 2, how should you read the email? And if you're marked in a CC, how should you read the email? Do you want to tell me, Abhinesh? You want to give it a try? Do you want to give it a try?
She's on mute.
I think he's not able to hear me also. I'm not very sure.
I think he has some.
Swapnali, you want to give it a try? Swapnali, do you want to give it a try? If you're marked in 2, how should you read? If you're marked in a CC, how should you read? Swapnali, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're marked in a 2 email, Swapnali, your name is in the 2. Okay. How should you read that email? Quick reading or careful reading?
Careful reading. Careful reading, ma'am.
Very good, girl. If you're in a CC, then how should you read?
Quick reading.
Very good. Quick reading can help in that. Absolutely right. So now I am guessing, has our YouTube audience also understood quick reading and careful reading? They also got it, guys?
Yes,
Anyone?
Ashutosh has replied.
Yeah. Okay, good. Very good. Now, within quick reading, inside quick reading, there are 3 ways of reading. Okay. There are 3 ways of reading. Surveying is when you're looking for a particular word. So let's say, for example, so let's say Lubina has taken a leave. Okay. Lubina has taken a leave and you have got an email which says out of office. Okay. What are you looking for? In that email, then, what are you looking for? When is Lubina back? When will she reply to my email? So what are you looking for?
Then third thing is we look out for the another reference for we can
No,
contact.
so the first thing you will look for, Kunal, is when is Lubina back? So you're going to look at the date. Now that is called surveying. You survey that email looking for a particular point, which is date. When is she back? Okay, so she's back on this particular date. That is called surveying. Okay. Then second step is when you are looking for, let's say you're from L&D and you're looking at a solution in L&D. So you're looking at who can I contact for this particular point? Who can I contact for this particular point? And then that is when you're basically scanning to look for in L&D, who should I get in touch with? Specific information is what you're looking for. That is called scanning. With me, everybody? And then, when you really don't care, you were just waiting for a response, but you're not going to get it. So you just skim through an email where you're just reading, okay, Lubina's not there. She's going to be back on this date. And so if anybody wants to get in touch, get in touch with all of these people. That is called skimming, going through the main ideas. With me, everybody? Yeah, understand the 3 different ways of reading? Yeah, okay. Depending on the purpose, you choose how you're going to read and what you're going to read. Yes? Okay, so the next slide that I'm going to bring up, you're going to be able to see a nice little video. It's a very small, nice little video, tells you about reading. What are you doing when you're reading? Yes? Interesting? Want to watch? Okay, let me just put my sound on. You should be able to see it now. Okay, let's go. Ready? Everybody? Yeah, okay.
Welcome to the inside of my head. Today we are going to discuss how while reading, we are always thinking. As I am reading, my brain is generating questions about what I have read. First, I need to get a comfortable spot. Next, I choose a book that interests me. As I read, my mind starts creating questions, lots of questions. Who, what, where? My brain might even start to create a movie about what I am reading. Welcome to the inside of my head. Today we are going to discuss how
while you understand from this particular video. What did you see? When you're reading.
Yeah. When we are reading, we are also communicating with ourselves.
Yes.
And visualizing the idea.
Absolutely right, Sushil. Absolutely right. When you're reading, in effect, your eyes are talking to your brain. Yes or no? When you're reading, your eyes are talking to your brain. They're passing a message. What they saw, that message is going into your brain. What is your brain doing? What is your brain doing?
Drawing the picture.
It's drawing a picture. It's thinking. What do I do? So let's say, for example, I want to buy only a toothpaste, okay? And I see this local Kirana shop and the Kirana shop says Srinath grocery store, okay? But then that message has gone into my brain and I'm thinking, okay, Srinath Kirana store. If I want a toothpaste, this is good enough. But if I want to get like 10 things, 10 different things. Where should I go? I should probably go to a D-Mart.
Yeah.
I should probably go to a big bazaar or a Star Bazaar. Right or wrong? My brain is processing the information I've just read and telling me what I should be doing next. Right or wrong? Yes? So what this video tells you is every time you read something, you are processing the information and your mind asks you questions: who, what, where, when, how. Does that happen with everybody? Why have I been sent this email? Who is sending it to me? Why am I reading it? What do I have to do with it? Do all these questions pop up in your head also? They do? Yeah, that is what reading does to you. It helps you to think. Yes? With me, everybody? Okay, let's see what I have next for you. So basically, when we are reading, there are 4 different ways of reading. Okay, 4 different ways of reading. The first way of reading is intensive reading. Reading a text to understand. Reading every single word to understand what we've been reading. You understand? That's called intensive reading. And normally people read short texts easier. So Sushil, when you said that the email should facilitate quick reading, what you were essentially trying to say is, if it is short, nice, crisp, simple to read, I will remember information. I will be able to do intensive reading and understand everything that it says. With me, everybody? So how should we write emails? How should we write emails then? We should write them simple, simple, short, very good reading, very, very simple, very, very short, very, very nicely put so that people are reading. Yes? Okay, so then what is the next one? Extensive reading. Extensive reading. This is when Sushil reads his facilitator guide. This is when he reads facilitator guide. You know what he's doing? He's trying to become fluent with the concepts and not really the words. You're wrong, Sushil? Yeah. When you're reading a book, okay? So like when you guys join the organization, everybody reads the HR policy, yes or no? Everybody reads the HR policy. At that time, are you reading intensively or are you reading extensively? It's extensive reading, where you're trying to understand what all does my HR policy cover. It covers your leaves, it covers some of the policies about salaries, it covers working time, it covers what you should wear, what you should not wear. That is called extensive learning, where you are actually not into the accuracy of what has been written, but you are reading to understand what it covers, to become fluent with it. With me, Sushil? Yeah, absolutely. Everybody understand extensive reading? Anybody has any questions on intensive reading, extensive reading?
So, Lavina, like here in intensive reading, do we understand more better than in extensive reading?
Yes. Intensive reading is where you're reading to understand every single word, what it means, you know, what it has. Basically, when you have to give a board exam or when you have to give an exam, you do intensive reading. You study every single thing that is written in there to be able to respond. With me? So like every time you have to follow SOPs, you do extensive reading. Every time you have to give an SOP test, you do intensive reading. With me? Yes. Okay. So every time you have to apply for a leave, you do intensive reading. Why? You check the process kya hai? Who do I have to send it to? How many leaves can I take at a time? What do I have to do? That is intensive reading. Okay. But if in general you want to plan your vacations, you do extensive reading, because you actually go there and see, acha, mere ko 21 days leave mil raha hai, 20 days leave mil raha hai. Barabar hai? Right? With me? Understand the difference? Yeah. Yeah. So I'll give you another one. So every time you have an organization-wide email that tells you, today we're going to be celebrating Bread Day. Okay, we're going to be celebrating Red Day. Some of us go through the email and we read Red Day and we're like, oh, cha, ye din pe Red Day hai. Yes? Some of us actually feel interested and we feel, acha, Red Day hai. Red Day ka matlab kya hai? What are we doing in Red Day? Then we do intensive reading to understand Red Day mein what has the HR plan. Yes or no? Yes? So this is the difference between intensive reading and extensive reading. With me, everybody? Yeah, okay. We're gonna look at the third one, which is skimming. We just did that, right? Skimming is basically going through it roughly just to understand the gist. Normally in your emails, your subject matter tells you the gist, right? When you write an email, the subject tells you the gist. And you wanna know, okay, so this particular email is about a particular activity that happened. You get to know that in the subject. And then you're like, oh, Lavina has written, or oh, somebody else has written. Okay, let me just see if I'm in two. If I'm in two, I have to read what has been written, right? At that time, if it relates to my work, then I will go through it in extensive reading. But if it does not relate to my particular work, I would probably just skim through it, go through it, flip through it. You understand? Yeah, that is what is skimming.
So,
sorry.
So scanning. So probably my question will arise after understanding scanning.
Scanning. So what is scanning? Scanning is where you're looking for a particular information and you're reading everything about that. Everything about that. You understand? Skimming is basically just going through it to be aware. To be aware, you're skimming through it. Scanning is when a particular point interests you and you read it even further. You read it even further to know what this particular topic is all about. You understand? So these are the different types of reading skills that we must possess even when we are at work. Normally what people do, they go ahead and they get into every single email, even when they're being CC'd or it is not related to their particular work. And then they feel overloaded with emails. This happens to pretty much all of us. If you get like 8, 10, 12 emails in a day, you're worried. You're worried. I've got 8, 10 emails in a day. I have to reply to all of them. No, you don't have to reply to all of them. You have to reply to those emails where you have been marked into. That is your first job. If you are marked into on an email, you must reply. Now, if you were marked into, which means somebody is expecting you to do something, right or wrong, then which kind of reading should you do of that email? Which kind of reading should you do? Shankar, you want to give it a shot? If you have been marked an email, where you're in two, and let's say your boss has sent you that email, okay? What kind of reading should you do of that email? Should you be skimming through it, or should you be doing scanning through it, or should you do intensive reading? What should you do? Want to give it a shot? Anybody? Shankar, you want to try?
Intensive reading.
Very good, Ashwani. Very good. If you're marked in two, then you should do intensive reading because you have to reply. So you should know what you have to reply, right? Yeah, okay. So let's say next thing is where you have got an email from a particular company that is not your company. You have got an email from a particular company and that company is telling you, we have an offer, exciting offer for you. And that email has come in your mailbox. What should you do? Shankar, what should you do? What should you do?
Yeah.
Skimming. Skimming.
Skimming. Okay.
Skimming. Correct. Just skim through it.
Oh.
See whether it's interesting, not interesting, and then that's how you reply. With me, everybody? Yeah? Understood the difference between the four types of reading? Yeah? Okay, good. Now, these are basic. This is my last slide. I'm gonna end with this because I want you guys to understand a few things. See, what reading does is it helps you to think. It helps you to understand what somebody is trying to write. And so it's very important that we develop certain skills. And when I pass this on to Shaina next, she's going to help us to do a few activities that will help us to read better. Okay. So when you're reading, there are a few good strategies that good readers use. If you want to be a good reader and you want to be a good communicator, then there are certain things that even you must do. When you get a book, when you have a book in front of you, or you have an email in front of you, it's very important to ask questions. Is this for me? Do I have to do anything? Is something expected out of me? What should I respond? It's important to ask questions when you read that and think. And then you stop reading, and then you realize, and you start, spending some more time in thinking and predicting what next, what will happen next. After this email, after reading this particular chapter in the book, what next? You infer, which means you think even deeper and you understand even deeper. If it's a 2, if you're marked in a 2, this is exactly what you do. And then you make connections. So I got this email because I have to do this, because I will need to reply to this properly, because you draw connections between that particular communication, that particular story that you're reading, the book that you're reading, the email that you're replying to, or the letter that you're writing. Sorry, my screen decides to just act up on me. Yes. So you make connections with why has this been sent? And then you stop. Very, very important. You stop to make sure that you understand what that is about, what that email is about, what that book is about, what that notice is about, what that policy is about. You stop and you think to make sure that you're understanding. It's also very important, guys, when we're reading, this is something that people miss out a lot. When we're reading, we miss out on the characters. We miss out on who has sent it, what they must be feeling when they're writing that particular email, and so how we should be responding. So it's very important that before we reply or before we start writing and responding, we first think of the characters involved. I'm involved, you're involved. Who else is involved? What is the feeling behind which that particular email has been sent? And then you wrap up, summarize everything that you have understood, create a mental picture of what really happened, why this email was sent, or why I have to read this particular book, or why this policy was made, why is this process into place? You put all of those things in order, create a mental picture, and then you do the next step is respond to that particular email, or write a summary about that particular book and what you have learned, or write a summary about that particular policy that you may have read. With me, everybody? Yeah. To be a good reader, guys, all of these techniques are super, super, super important. Okay. And if you don't do even one of these, you will end up miscommunicating when you want to respond. You will end up sending incorrect responses when you have to respond. Yes? So these are the things that we have to do. And I'm going to stop this right here. This is another good video. Do you all want to see it? Another good video. Yeah? Okay. So let's watch this and then I will end today's session. It's called the improvement pill.
There's a huge misconception about what reading is. A lot of people think that you read to retain information because in school, that's what they teach you to do. They say, hey, read this book, read this textbook, and try to memorize each and every detail because guess what? We're going to test you on it. This isn't reading. This is called studying. In reality, you read to train your mind the same way working out trains your body. Only instead of breaking down your muscle fibers by applying pressure and growing them back stronger, you're literally rewiring the neurons, the fibers of your brain, into a stronger, more aligned version of itself. A version that is more capable of lifting the weights that life provides. Just like how when you work out, you become more capable of lifting the weights in the gym. A lot of people get these brief, sporadic inspirations to read. They read an entire book in a day or two, and then they don't read for another 3 months. But this is equivalent to doing a full body workout for 4 hours in one day and not working out for another 3 months. If you asked any person who is even slightly involved in the fitness field, they will all unanimously say, you're not going to see results. You're not going to see any results. The only way to see results is through consistency. So just like how people with bodies that are so amazing that you see them on the front of magazines hit the gym on a regular basis, people with amazing minds, with amazing success, they train their mind on a regular basis, but in a different way. They read. Only in our society, it's not appreciated as much. You don't see the front of Cosmopolitan or GQ saying, hey, if you read the following books, it's gonna make you sexier. It's gonna make you irresistible. The misconception about reading is that it's boring, is that it has very little benefits. But in reality, it is the one habit that you should be doing. The most important of all habits, more important than working out, more important than eating right, more important than sleeping. Because when you make reading into a habit, it will give you benefits that will bring you to planes way higher than a bombshell body can ever do. It can open your mind to ideas, to inspirations, to ways of thinking, to mental fortitude that will bring you to success, that will allow you to achieve your dreams. So stop focusing on just training your body. Train your mind as well.
There you go. So what did you see? I'm going to play it one more time, but in a minute. What did you guys see? Interesting video? Was it interesting? Did we ever think about reading like this? Like how this artist told us? Did you ever think about reading as an exercise like this? Okay, so tell me this. Firstly, why don't you all tell me what you all saw in that video? I'm gonna wait for about a minute, okay? If you want, you can tell me that right now, or you can put it on the chat as well. I'm okay with whatever you all are comfortable with. Tell me, what did you see in the video? Sorry?
Yeah. The video said that the training of mind is equally important as like training of body. Well, it is more important than training a body itself.
Absolutely right. In such simple words, the artist actually tells you that when we go to gym, you go to a gym, okay, and you want to build your muscles, and you want to make a body when you go to the gym. Gurhal is thinking, I don't even want to go to the gym. I just want to eat, right? And we're building the body. Are you able to build bodies by going to the gym only once, Shankar?
No.
Then how do you build the body? How?
Means step by step, you have to, by reading also. Means you have to step by step.
You are able to build a body when you go to the gym every day. Yes or no?
Right.
You have to go every day. Someday you have to do arms, someday you have to do legs, someday you have to do biceps, someday you have to do chest, someday you have to do knees, and I don't know what not, different muscles, right? Even a gym instructor gives you like a full chart. Eat this, eat that, do this, do that. Today we're going to do this. Today we're going to do that to build a body, correct? So then why do we think that building the mind is easy? Why do you think that building a mind is easy? No, it's equally tough. It's equally tough. And that happens only when you read, practice every single day, exactly like how you build your bodies, right? Another I really like this part of the video. Did you notice how he spoke about how people think just looking good is good? It's good enough. How many of you come across that? Ashwani Kangne, do you come across that? Ashwani Kangne, do you come across the time when people actually just tell you looking good is good enough? Do you think looking good is good enough? It's enough?
Yes, ma'am.
You think only looking good is enough? How about if you're looking good, but you're not talking good? Is that okay?
No, ma'am.
No, not okay? Okay, so you want to look good, and you want to talk good, and you want people to make a good impression about you, right or wrong? Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
If you do that, then that means like how you're feeding your body with food, you need to feed your mind with knowledge. With me, everybody, with me? That is what this video was all about. If you all want, I can show it to you one more time. In case you didn't get something earlier, you can get it now. Would you like me to show it to you one more time, or we're good? Gonna see it one more time? No? Yes? No? YouTubers want to see it one more time? Yeah? Okay, we'll see it one more time now that we've heard what this was about. Okay, there we go.
There's a huge misconception about what reading is. A lot of people think that you read to retain information because in school, that's what they teach you to do. They say, hey, read this book, read this textbook, and try to memorize each and every detail because guess what? We're going to test you on it. This isn't reading. This is called studying. In reality, you read to train your mind the same way working out trains your body. Only instead of breaking down your muscle fibers by applying pressure and growing them back stronger, you're literally rewiring the neurons, the fibers of your brain, into a stronger, more aligned version of itself. A version that is more capable of lifting the weights that life provides. Just like how when you work out, you become more capable of lifting the weights in the gym. A lot of people get these brief, sporadic inspirations to read. They read an entire book in a day or two, and then they don't read for another 3 months. But this is equivalent to doing a full body workout for 4 hours in one day and not working out for another 3 months. If you asked any person who is even slightly involved in the fitness field, they will all unanimously say, you're not going to see results. You're not going to see any results. The only way to see results is through consistency. So just like how people with bodies that are so amazing that you see them on the front of magazines hit the gym on a regular basis, people with amazing minds, with amazing success, they train their mind on a regular basis, but in a different way. They read. Only in our society, it's not appreciated as much. You don't see the front of Cosmopolitan or GQ saying, hey, if you read the following books, it's gonna make you sexier. It's gonna make you irresistible. The misconception about reading is that it's boring, is that it has very little benefits. But in reality, it is the one habit that you should be doing. The most important of all habits, more important than working out, more important than eating right, more important than sleeping. Because when you make reading
I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. I'm just gonna take it to the end.
To mental fortitude, to inspire you. It can bring you to planes way than sleeping.
Yeah.
Because when you make reading into a habit, it will give you benefits that will bring you to planes way higher than a bombshell body can ever do. It can open your mind to ideas, to inspirations, to ways of thinking, to mental fortitude that will bring you to success, that will allow you to achieve your dreams. So stop focusing on just training your body. Train your mind as well.
There you go. How is that? You know, it brings me to think a couple of times. How many of you are on social media? Everybody's on social media. Yeah. Every now and then, when you go on Twitter or when you're on Instagram, you see some actor or actress, favorite actor or actress, putting a comment about a certain incident or an episode that has happened. Yes or no? Yeah, you see it. And how many times do you actually think, oh, my favorite actress, she looks so very pretty. What did she just write? Why did she have to write this? Now everybody hates her. Do you ever come across that? Or everybody just hates him for writing anything nonsensical. Sometimes it happens with you. Does it happen? Because you're expecting the person to know before they communicate because you like them. There we go. There goes the pressure. You know, I can tell you this, by the end of the training, all of you will also smell the whiff of chicken curry that is getting cooked in my house. This is so insane, but it's fun. I love doing training with all of these things. So I hope you enjoy it too. Yes. So that is what reading is all about. See, if you're only going to focus on how you're looking in front of people, you're never going to become somebody who can communicate well or somebody who anybody's going to look up to. To be able to do that, it is very, very important that we also read, keep ourselves knowledgeable, know the subject, and then we talk and we communicate, because that is when people are going to understand us and know that we are intelligent and smart as well, not just look good. Yeah. So feed your brains. And to feed your brains next, to be able to make your brains think a little bit, we're going to do some reading. Okay. And I'm going to hand the baton over to Shaina now, who's got some really amazing activities that she's going to be running with you to help you practice reading. Yes?
Yeah.
So over to you, Shaina.
Thank you, Lavina. So now that we've understood, what is reading and how we need to do, what we need to keep in mind while we are working in our, organizations. Now let's practice some reading. Let's learn, how to read. So are we ready to enjoy? Have some fun? Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and I will start from where Lavina stopped. So reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. We just saw a video and that's what it said. So like we, exercise to keep ourselves healthy, to keep our mind healthy, we will have to read. So our topic for today, as you all know, is reading skills. And how about checking our own styles? Are we ready? Everyone? Okay, I need response and that's how we're going to have fun. All right. Okay, so I want you all to read. I'm going to show a statement and I want you to read and understand it and tell me what it means to you. Here it goes. Yes, who would like to start? It's just a simple statement.
I can start.
Yes, please.
Yeah, a woman without her man is nothing. Means without a man, a woman is nothing. Man is used to help her, support her, like this.
All right.
This is the meaning.
Okay, thank you, Shankar. Yes.
Thank you.
Who else would like to share their thought? Preeti, would you like to try? What did you think after reading this?
Woman without her man, nothing. Yeah, the statement actually tells the same as Mr. Shankar said.
Okay.
But it also,
Yes.
It also gives a different meaning if how we read it. Woman without her, man is nothing. So
Yeah,
this is
right.
how something this can also infer from this
All
sentence.
right. Yes. So do we have our YouTube viewers saying something? So let's see.
Yes, Samir says, it says that men are nothing without women.
Okay.
Ashutosh says man is nothing without the woman.
Okay, great. So how many of you read this statement like this? I think Shankar meant this, right? Shankar?
Yeah.
Most of.
Yeah. Shankar, you meant this, huh? A woman without a man is nothing. Preeti also meant the same thing. Yes. All right. And what I think Sushil, Ashutosh, Samir said is a woman without her man is nothing. It was a simple statement, right? A very simple statement. We read it in our own way and the meaning changed. So even when we are reading, if we do not punctuate or if we do not read it as per the punctuation, probably the meaning will change to us. So even when you're reading an email, an SOP, any document, any book, any novel, if you do not pause at the right place, probably the meaning will completely change. So it's very important that when we are reading, we also remember the punctuation, where we need to take a pause and what it means, because it might mean different for different people. It will be interpreted differently. Yeah? Yes,
Yes,
everyone
yeah.
with me?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Great. So let's do another activity now. So we've been, seeing the different types of reading: intensive, extensive, skimming, and scanning. Now let's see, let's play something. I'm going to share something over here, and I want everyone you to read it. I'll give you a minute. I don't think so it will take. It's a very small little story. So please go ahead and read it for yourself. Yes? Are we done? Please let me know once you're done. I think we're going back to our nurseries and first standard. We're practicing reading now. Are we done? No? I think everybody are thinking there's something coming. So let's scan it probably. Still reading? Okay, reading it twice, thrice.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think we should
lovely.
get into the game now. Enough
Yes.
reading.
Okay, done. So let's move on to the game. Yes. Who would like to participate? Who would like to go first? So there's a game over here. So who would like to go first? You can pick any number of your choice. Yes, Ashwini Uttekar. So since you all are not nominating, I'll nominate you.
Okay, 3 numbers.
3?
Yes.
Okay, so here it goes. Yes, the question for you is, what did the floating log have in it? People who are watching on YouTube, you can mention the answer in the chat.
It's false.
Sushil, I said YouTube. Ashwini is still thinking.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Ashwini, no?
No.
All right, no problem.
Ashutosh on YouTube says 3 holes.
3 holes,
Mhm.
okay. Sushil, what
Yeah.
did you say?
Same.
Holes? Okay, let's look at the answer then.
False. Yeah.
Very
Vijay
correct.
Peter says 3 holes.
3 holes, okay. So I've just mentioned is that it is as holes. So let's go back. So who would like to choose the other number? Ivan? Yes.
Okay, 5.
Not heard you today. 5?
Yeah. Birds they were flying.
Birds were flying?
Flying.
Okay.
Thanks.
Any other answer?
Flying and singing. Yeah.
Swim.
Flying and singing?
Mhm.
Okay. Some other answer. Preeti, you're saying something?
Yeah, it sang a song.
Sang a song.
Sang a song. Okay, great.
Singing a
Very good. Singing a happy song. All right. Kunal, would you like to choose?
Number 1. So the color of the floating leaf was green and green.
Green. Okay. All right. So everybody agrees to Kunal?
Blue, I think.
Blue?
blue,
Bra-
blue.
Bright
Oh.
orange, I think.
Like,
Orange,
yeah,
orange,
yes.
orange.
Bright orange.
Orange.
Blue.
Okay.
Orange.
So confirmed or any other answers? So shall I move on? Let's see
Green
the
or
answer.
blue?
Check out the answer.
Orange.
Hey,
Orange.
orange.
I missed it.
Okay. So which numbers left? I think I would like
2 and 4.
to call
2 and 4.
upon. Yes, Anandaraj. Which number? 2? Okay, 2. We can't hear you, Anand. I think.
Yeah, I'm typing too.
Yes. So who splashed in the water?
Fish.
Fish.
Fish. Fish. Okay. So let's check. Specific 3 fishes.
3 fishes.
All right. So one more left.
4.
Which is left now? Who
4.
would like to go? Swapnali? Would you like to try? Which one was left now? Which number? 4?
4 is left.
Okay. So this goes for Swapnali. River?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody? Thanks, Swapnali. Anybody wants to give a specific answer to it? No? Okay. So River, lock kiya jaye. So we lock it. Any other answer?
Ashutosh says by the river.
By the river. Okay. Thanks, Ashutosh. All right. So let's look at the answer.
Deep blue river.
Blue river.
Deep Blue River. So I think that's done. Yes. How was the activity?
Great.
Amazing.
Had fun?
Yes.
So what
Yes.
do you think was
Good,
missing,
ma'am.
or what happened?
Careful
Yeah,
reading was
Careful
important.
listening.
Careful reading was required over here.
It's not just reading, but you should understand the words also, meaning also of the reading, whatever you are reading. That's the main reason.
All right. Thank you so much. So let's look at some of the strategies. So we've been talking about how to improve our reading. So strategies to improve reading. Okay, how can we do it? So let's talk about it one by one. Read about things that interest you. So what are we supposed to read? We usually get to know from friends, read this book, this is very interesting, or read this article, it's very interesting. But is it of interest to you? How are we going to start that habit of reading? So the first point says, read about things that interest you, something that is interesting, something that probably you would understand. Yeah? That's when we will develop an interest towards reading. If we read something that interests someone else, probably we might stop reading from that day. So it's very important that we read things that are interesting to us. The second point says, read material that is of your level or a little difficult for you. maybe which probably I would understand. Okay, if you're starting something, let's start with something simple and then move ahead to understand a difficult one. Yes, do you agree with me, everyone? Do you think this is easy to do? Yes? All right. Learn to read in depth and stay on the same subject while you're reading. What does this mean? What does this line mean? Stay on the same subject.
Till you understand the meaning of the sentence, you
Okay.
should wait there. You
Okay.
should be on the same paragraph or the sentence.
All right. Thank you, Shankar, for that. So at times when we read, we wander, right? We probably start thinking about something else. We get deviated from what we are reading. So it's also very important that whenever we are reading something, we stay focused, probably stay on that same subject for some time at least to be able to understand what we are reading, rather than thinking about something else. All right? Yes. If you have trouble in reading, or you don't like reading, listen first. You can probably listen to some audio clips, understand what they're trying to say, understand what the book is all about, probably read a review about the book. And once you feel that, yes, this is something interesting for me, you go ahead and read. So listen first if you have trouble in reading, and that's how you're going to develop, your reading skills. And we've already discussed this, right, on the first slide, that when we read, we imagine. We probably create the entire story in front of us, the picture. So the same thing, when you read, let your imagination get involved. You can create characters, you can visualize those characters and read. And that's when it will, become interesting for you. Absolutely. The sixth and the most important point, don't worry about what you don't understand. It's absolutely okay. Don't worry and say, oh my God, I've not understood this. What is it? I don't understand simple words. Probably the vocabulary is different. Meaning is different. It's absolutely fine for not understanding things. The main objective over here is read.
The mind.
Key is to read a lot. And that's how you develop reading. So if you don't understand a word, underline it. Probably look at the dictionary. Today, Google, you'll have meaning to all the words. Just go ahead, understand the meaning. What does it mean? And then move ahead. You need not be scared. If we are starting this habit of reading, I think we need to understand this, that it's absolutely okay to not understand something. What I may understand, probably you may not understand, or probably what you may understand, I may not understand. So it's okay. Yes. So do you think this will help us in, starting an habit of reading? Probably, exercising, our mind.
Yes.
Will this help everyone? Yeah. All right. So let's move on. What do we do now? Another activity. All right. So are we set? So this time you also have to read, because this session is on reading skills. We have to read. So let's see a story. Ready? Chaliye. Let's start. Please let me know once you're done. So then we can move ahead. So Sushil is done. What about others? Just let me know. Yeah. Shall I move next to the next slide? Okay. Done? Sushil is done. What about others? Okay. So I'll move to the next. I see Sushil memorizing the story. Done? Shall I move next? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So move next. All right. Next slide. Okay. Okay, chalo. Now all right. Finish reading this. So let's see what we need to think and what we need to remember in such a scenario. Yeah. Great. So how was the story? Did you like it? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So since you have understood, let's play again. So probably one of you could start. Okay, start saying the story, or probably explaining what you've understood. And then we are going to complete the story. Okay, so each one gets an opportunity to speak. So whatever you've understood in the same sequence, we'll have to say it. Obviously not word to word. It's your understanding that you have to express. Okay, so and I think there's a problem with your mic, Ananda.
No, actually, I was checking.
Okay, so you could speak. You just read whatever you've said.
Yeah, actually, the rat come to know about that there will be the
All right.
trap inside the bucket. So we bring to some of the team members, and they getting.
All right, all right. Ananda, thank you so much. Okay, that's where we stop. So the rat, he got to know that there is a trap, and he goes to some of his friends. That's what Ananda said. Who would like to continue? Yes, come on. It was such a simple and beautiful story. Who would like to continue? Preeti?
The mouse tells about the mouse trap to the chicken, but chicken says it's none of my concern. It doesn't affect me in any way.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Preeti. Okay, then who would like to take the story ahead? Yes, Shankar.
Then mouse gone to the bull. He also said like that only, same. Nothing is my concern.
Okay.
Means he also not help mouse.
Okay. So the bull did not help mouse. All right.
Right.
Yes. Where did the mouse go again now? Chalo, what happened next? Yes, Ashwini, what happened next? Come on, come on. Okay, snake. All right. All right. So, but this is a step ahead, right? In the sequence, what happened next after the bull? Iban, yeah, you would like to take it? Yeah.
Yes, then the bull went to the pig. Sorry, not the mouse, then went to the pig to warn them. But then again, this year, the mouse received the same response saying that it is not of my concern. So, yeah.
Okay. After that, now what happens next? Sushil, you want to try?
I think, after receiving three not so supporting responses from pig, bull, and the chicken, I think the mouse decides that I have to deal with the trap alone. So, and thought of the trap whole night. That's like what happened after.
Okay, now what happens after that? Swapnali, what happens after that? Can't hear you. Can you all hear Swapnali?
Yes.
Huh.
Hello?
Yes, yes, Swapnali, go ahead.
Snake went to his wife.
Okay, so the snake was trapped, right? Snake got caught in the trap, okay, and then snake bit the wife. Okay, Kunal.
Then the wife got fever, and the farmer, the wife got the fever. The farmer knew some way to figure out the farmer knew the way to treat the fever. And after treating the fever,
और her chicken soup.
soup, फिर chicken soup आया. Then after chicken soup, there was a hatch in the hatch yard. No, he took the hatchets to the hatch yard, and yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So lots of friends were visiting to see
Yeah,
the wife, and that's why he had to feed the guest, and he had to butcher the pig.
Okay.
Slaughtered a pig for them. For the funerals they give friends and
Yeah. So at the last, he butchered the pig.
Okay. And then story doesn't end here.
Then wife died, ma'am.
Yes,
To the funeral, there were many friends and relatives visiting. So he had to feed all of. He fed by slaughtering
the bull. Okay. So all the friends are gone now? Yes. So what is the moral of the story?
What did you get from the story?
Yes.
So it's awesome to see some people scanned through it, some people skimmed through it, some people did intensive reading. So why don't you tell us, what did you understand from the story?
Team members should be careful.
That the snake will bite them?
It is like Lovita, it's like your hand. So one of the finger is like in trouble. So you cannot think the four are in well-being. So obviously it affects the rest of the four. So
very
nice.
Obviously, so you cannot.
Very well put, Sushil. Very well put. Does anybody else want to try? Preeti, do you want to try? What do you think the story meant to you? Why don't you tell us what you understood, what it meant to you?
It says like when either of a team member is in trouble, the other member should take a call for the solution. Else one fine day, it's a trouble for the whole team.
Very good. Wow, beautifully put. Very simple. Very nice. Swapnali, do you want to try? What did you get from the story?
Same, ma'am. Team member, one member in province, team member in support to all the story complete.
Very good. So if one member is in problem, then everybody else should pitch in to help out. Yes, very well done. Yes, that is the gist of the story.
Yes. Otherwise, the other team members will also land up in the same problem. Okay, so it will be the same for everyone if we do not come ahead to help. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. So let's move on with the session then.
I'm just going to add, Shaina, I'm just going to add what Samir from YouTube says. Samir says, while working as a team, one should not ignore your own team members, their findings or their ideas. Always work together and there will be a solution. Teamwork will always win. Very well done, Samir. Beautifully said.
Thank you so much, Samir. Let's move on. Great. So let's, I think we are nearing our end of the session. So 10 ways to become a better reader. So let's do a quick brainstorming. What are the 10 different ways that we can become a better reader? What do you think?
Reading.
Sorry, yes. Anandaraj, yeah?
Intensive reading.
Intensive reading, okay.
Careful reading.
Careful reading. Yeah, Sushil?
I think basis on my experience that reading is nowadays boring kind of activity. So what I feel, read less, but make it a point to read something for some time, for a little time. don't think that you have to complete this in a day or two or in a month. Probably you will not able to achieve that. So instead of that, just have an habit of reading little for a while in a day.
So,
That will do.
all right. So that means if you think it's not my cup of tea as in or coffee and you don't like reading, so probably read something at least in a day. Okay. So every day, say half an hour, you're doing your exercise.
5 minutes, 10 minutes. It works. It works.
Okay. Any other points? We're looking at 10 points.
Keeping the reading habit regular every day is more
Okay.
important to become a better reader.
All right. Thank you, Preeti.
If we don't understand, you should. Means if you don't understand, you should not worry. You should wait till you understand. Like
Very
means
good.
on a subject, you should wait.
Very good,
Yeah, you
Shankar.
keep trying.
Try.
Thank you.
Yes.
Keep reading it. Correct.
Keep reading it. Yes, absolutely. Any other points you would like to add?
When we try to do something, if we come across some words which are not understandable or like which are not, which are very tough to understand in this critical scenarios, so we should rather use a dictionary or some form of Google to understand some words and overcome our doubts.
Absolutely.
Never stop on that backbone.
Absolutely, Kunal. Bang on. So if we do not understand something, refer and understand the meaning. I think, earlier days, every house had a Oxford dictionary, which is missing now. So now everybody runs to Google. So you can Google it and find out the answer to the question that you're asking. One-stop solution. Yes. Yeah. So let's see. I think whatever we have said is our 10 steps to become a better reader.
Yeah.
Let's see what the slide has to say. Eager to know what the slide has to say?
Very good.
Yeah. So it's read, 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 and read, only read. So 10 times it says that these are the 10 ways to become a better reader. What else can help us become a better reader? There's nothing else but to read. All right. So one more question as we move to the end. So do you know? Sushil knows.
Foundation Day.
Sorry?
Foundation Day.
Foundation Day. Okay, so 13. Which foundation day? So Swapnali here.
So, Brian, which foundation day? Is it on 15th? It's on the 13th, sweetheart. The Edufish Foundation Day is on the 13th. What's on the 15th of October?
It's World Students Day. World Students Day. Yeah.
It's Friday.
Friday.
It's Friday.
Absolutely, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Dasara, ma'am.
Dasera.
Dasera.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we call on
Dasera.
Dasera. Okay. What else can be on 15th?
Oh,
Apart from whatever we've said, a Friday.
Readers Day.
Dasera,
Readers Day.
Readers Day. Okay. So let's see what's on 15th. Yeah. So Sushil, you want to gaffer and find out? It's reading inspirational day.
Okay. Okay. Reading inspirational day.
Yes. So why is it reading inspirational day? It happens to be the birth anniversary of APJ Abdul Kalam.
Okay.
Okay. So here's a task, not a task, but since today we've started, we've understood what reading is, and we want to get into the habit of building a strong mind. Okay, a healthy mind with all the knowledge. So we are going to start reading from today. All right. So any book, take any book of your choice, whatever interests you, and we meet on the 18th, if I'm not wrong, 15th, 17th. right? That's on a Sunday. We would meet here again. And that day, you should tell us which book have you read. All right, so half an hour every day, 15 minutes every day, whenever you get time, you're going to read a book and share it with us, that how your experience has been, you know, by reading a complete book, say in 10 days, 15 days or whatever. Till 15th, you have time till 15th of October, rather 17th of October. So are we all in for this challenge? Everyone? Yes, no, maybe
Yes, yes.
you would like to?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Like Shaina said, very correctly, there are only 10 ways to improve your reading. Very, very simple 10 ways to improve your reading. Reading leading to improvement of communication skills. And those 10 steps are read, then you read, and you read again, and you keep reading, and you read, and read. And that's how you become a good communicator. Yes. So we do hope that you will continue reading. You will continue joining us or in our sessions week after week. We are here every Sunday. We love to meet you. We love to cover new topics with you that can help you improve your reading skills. So, in your chats right now, in your chat on Zoom and, on YouTube as well, guys, I put a very short link there. It'll be great if you can share it, circulate it with your friends and family. Let them also learn. All videos of our communication series are saved on this particular link. You can have your friends and family. I also heard that we had some learners from some batches with us today. So even if you share it within your batches, guys, share these videos. Maybe people are not able to join us on a Sunday, but watching these videos will definitely help you, your family, your friends to improve your communication series. That is our aim. So we do hope that you like these videos and that you will come back and be with us next Sunday as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Today, it was great. Thank you so much, Shaina. You did wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you guys next week. Have a good week.
See you all next week. Bye-bye. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye. Thank you, Lavina and Shaina.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Kunal. It was great. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Lavina.